Hello, this is Mary Esther Gilbert, and I am here again for the next video in the series of True Health Mastery. And so this particular video is going to be about the inner universe of your cells, and there's only a couple of slides that I'm going to be showing you today for this last video in this series of health transformations. So we might as well just jump right in, right? And if you don't know who I am, if you're just coming across this video for the first time, I'm a nutritional physiologist. I have been helping clients and students and audiences and my readership for over 40 years. I've been teaching them about how their own nutritional physiology functions and which foods to put in your body so that you can optimize the functioning of your multiple trillions of living cells inside your body that determine actually your state of health. So attention must be put to the micro inner universe and the instructions in your DNA code that tells your body how to operate. And anything can go wrong in that code, so it's important to nourish the body properly so that at the micro cell level, at the DNA level, then everything should be functioning optimally. You're providing your body with everything your body needs to do that with. All right, so I'll just jump right in and continue on with the series, and this is going to be the number 6 and last of this particular series. And let's go ahead and go to the slideshow for you. And let's go to slide right here. Okay, so where we left off last time is what's happening in your powerful inner universe. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on inside the cell, inside the structure of your cell. You've got all of these parts, all of these what are called organelles in the body that do specific roles to maintain everything that your body does, whether it's transcribing new DNA from the old matured and soon to be disassembled cell to the new brand new cell. So the transcription of your genetic code, it's important that with correct cellular nourishment and the right information, that in maintaining the DNA at its optimal level so that you can transcribe all of the information that's in the old cell into the new cell. So aging and health deterioration, that occurs when you are not able to maintain the genetic code of instructions on how to maintain optimal functioning in your cell. So when that starts to deteriorate and your body continues to replicate into new cells, then that may not be transferred in correctly, and so that's how the disease process starts, and any kind of malfunction in the body can occur after the transcription of incorrect genetic codes. So anything can damage the DNA. We've got to make sure we protect ourselves with providing the body with the right nutrients, because that's exactly what maintains your DNA, is the right compounds, the right molecules, the right nutrient factors from your foods, and all that kind of thing. So let's get into about the physiology of the cell itself. So we've got the different components, and these are, here's the labeling for all the different components. I'm just going to go over those components pretty quickly so that we can go on to the next slide, because that's something that I think is exciting. All right, so let's go ahead and go to. So all of these different parts in the cell are the organelles, and they each have their own separate job to do. The cytoplasm, for instance, which is, just the substances that are in between the organelles. So that's also plasm. And this is like a jelly-like fluid that fills up the space between the organelles, carries nutrients to all the organelles. So when in the bloodstream, when nutrients are circulating after digestion, they will arrive at these sites, and the membranes of cells actually read the information that's coming in. So the membrane has receptor sites that will determine what is allowed through that plasmic cell membrane into the inner environment of the cell. The mitochondria are the structures where energy is produced. So these are the energy-producing factories, and these are these little things here. And if you were to enlarge them further, you'd see that they have a canal of various routes that nutrients are delivered to in order to perform the energy production process. The endoplasmic reticulum are complexly folded organelles that are responsible for regulating and producing proteins and other molecules located near the nucleus, which is the center of the DNA, where the DNA is housed. Okay, so the endoplasmic reticulum got different kinds. We've got the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which in another chart probably would see little dots there depicted that way, but the smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain any of those little nodes. All right, so this is where the proteins are manufactured, and your body is completely protein other than a few sugars and fatty acids and enzymes, you know, all of these things that are much smaller than the massive amounts of protein that your body is composed of. Everything like muscles and bone and blood and hair and eyes and skin and, you know, all of your organs, all of those are composed of a composite of amino acids from foods. So when you, in earlier slides, I talked about eating foods that are complete complete proteins. That is, they contain all 8 essential amino acids in one food. Sometimes, as I had mentioned before, vegetarians, and especially vegans, have trouble compiling all the combinations of amino acids in their food choices in order to produce body proteins. So, and like I said, it could be anything in the body that the body's produced. And if there's an amino acid missing in a particular process, then everything comes to a halt, and that job does not get completed until the body can receive the right set of amino acids to build. So even these cells are all composed of protein. So protein is very important in the diet. All right, so the ribosomes, they're the protein production sites as well, tiny structures found in the cytoplasm and on the endoplasmic reticulum. So as I said, the endoplasmic reticulum, which is called the rough, it contains these tiny structures that look like little dots in the diagrams, and they're also in the plasma as well, so they're circulating around as well. Then you have the nucleus. And that's the part of the cell that directs all the functions of the cell and contains DNA for replication and differentiation. So when the cell starts to replicate, then it needs to determine what type of cell or tissue it's going to build. So these cells are the foundation of all the different types of tissues in the body. So the DNA, the nucleus, which is where the DNA is the directions as to how to go about doing that and what type of cell is going to be what kind of cell is going to be created. So the cell membrane, again, that's the barrier around the cell, which allows certain kinds of materials in and out of the cell. And then the Golgi complex bodies are part of the cell that processes and packages lipids and proteins. So they create them and they package them up into nice little packages so that they can be sent out into the bloodstream and do a myriad of different functions. So in other words, the lipids are precursors to hormones. They work with the immune system to reduce inflammation and to create proper joint fluids and other plasma fluids. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to the next slide. So, well, okay, before we go on to the next slide, the question is, are you giving your trillions of cells everything they need to succeed against the degenerative deficiency disease process, against unnatural rapid aging? So again, the key is to create a nutritional protocol for yourself that includes the full array of all known essential vitamins and minerals, and complete protein foods from animal-derived sources so that you're ensured that you're getting all 8 essential amino acids that our bodies cannot produce on their own in order to build new cells and tissues and structures and the right types of communicating proteins, messengers, all these different multiple trillions of processes the body does. It has to have the right molecules present so that your body can continue to regenerate and perpetuate life. If you do that properly, and if you exercise and you hydrate yourself properly with purified spring water, and cut out all of the refined foods that slow the processes down and create inflammation. There's all kinds of reactions that the body will begin to put out into the system in order to try to protect itself against these incomplete molecules and incomplete nutrient factors. If you take a whole food like a root vegetable, or even another like a brassica, like cauliflower, or any kind of plant food that has complex carbohydrates in it, then you can break it down slowly over time and give you sustained energy. And the different types of phytochemical compounds that are beneficial for all the different body systems. There's some compounds will address certain body systems, and other compounds will address other body systems. And some of them even help the immune system and help create hormones, tens of thousands of hormones that your body needs to generate in order to start and stop all of these critical, vital, life-giving processes in the body. So if you do all of the above, if you eat properly, exercise, and just eat a full array of organic foods, in the plant kingdom, try to eat as many raw foods as you possibly can in order to maintain the viable nutrient factors that are still functional. When you cook a food, you destroy a lot of the enzymes and you destroy a lot of the phytochemical nutrients that are so beneficial for your whole body system. So these kinds of things, it's the deficiencies that perpetuate a degenerative process towards a disease process, and just rapid aging. Your bodies can maintain their cells very youthfully if they're hydrated, if they're nourished properly, and you're exercising to shift the biochemistry in your body to a much more higher level of efficiency. So the plant kingdom is very important. Animal-derived proteins are the building blocks to regenerate all of your body's tissues, and the fatty acids are very important for maintaining the nervous system and to attenuate your body temperature and to act as an insulator against cold and help your body reduce inflammation. So the fatty acids are extremely important. They're precursors to the 10,000 of hormones that the body produces, and help regulate cholesterol. I mean, there's just an endless, litany of beneficial things that whole foods provide your body. So proteins and fats are essential, but also the carbohydrates. The whole food carbohydrates contain more of those phytochemical compounds that are so abundant in different plants in the world. There's actually about 25,000 phytochemical compounds that are found in plant foods and herbs and things like that we consume that are so beneficial. And there's so much scientific research on all of these different phytochemicals. In fact, in my book, Potent Superfoods for Lifelong True Health, it contains 109 botanicals and a huge database of phytochemical compounds that are present in those 109 botanicals. So, I did a lot of extensive research on finding out what these phytochemicals do in the body. And so they address the multiple, the body. They're pan-systemic. They go through the entire body, and our DNA recognizes these plant DNAs once we consume the foods, and they're digested down to their minute nutrient compounds, like the proteins, amino acids, and the fatty acids from the fats, and the glucose from the carbohydrates that's digested down. And these micronutrients are allowed to enter the cell and interact with all of these different organelles that we just went over. Okay, so in the DNA, however, are genetic instructions. We have sequences of genes that are important for instructing the entire system how it works. And once that gets damaged, if your cells get damaged and your DNA of instructions, your genetic code sequences get damaged, then that's the laying the groundwork for some kind of disease or rapid degeneration of your health. And so it's important to maintain your DNA. Okay. In this case, I wanted to show an example of how plant DNA is so important for our own health, because our own DNA is able to detect genetic sequences in plant DNA and make a match. If our DNA is damaged, then the DNA will determine what needs fixing. Okay, so sometimes our own sequences of genes will match up with the sequences of plants, and if there's a difference there, the body's able to determine whether our body should splice in those sequences of the genetic code of plants to repair our own DNA. So the body's very, very innately intelligent that way. And the reason for that is if one part of the body is damaged, if there are cells that are deteriorating and degenerating and unable to fix the problem, then the DNA, which is present in all body systems, every single body system. So if something goes wrong in one system, such as say you break a leg or you rupture your skin, in an injury or something, then the DNA has to be able to know what sequences of genes need to be replaced in order for you to have restored, bone structure and restored blood cells that were damaged in those cells, in those areas, or in your skin. Okay, so in this instance, the particular plant that we're comparing is it's the genome or the gene sequence of the cytochrome C oxidase subunit 6B. Now that's just an enzyme that's found in a plant in the cress family known as the Arabidopsis thaliana. Okay, one moment. Sorry about that. I just forgot to turn my cell phone off, and I will do that shortly. All right. All right, so back to this one here. So when scientists back in the 60s, I think it was the 70s, they found out how to lay out in a flat format like you're seeing here the genetic sequencing of the human genome. So our DNA was mapped out into a flat, area so that we could see all of the sequences of our genes in the DNA. So we were able to tell what those genetic instructions were and in what sequence they were in. When cells get damaged and the DNA gets damaged as well, since the DNA resides in every cell, then other parts of our bodies will read the DNA that's intact and working and functioning optimally and sending information throughout the whole body. Then it will compare what's damaged to what isn't. And so if something is eaten, like this cress herb, then the body will detect what gene sequences need to be spliced into the damaged DNA in that particular area of the body. And the other parts of the body's DNA says, yes, that's the correct sequence. So go ahead and splice that in. So this whole system is constantly communicating information to all the different body systems. So it's very interactive, very intra-communicative. So basically, the ones that are in red, so we're comparing the human cytochrome C oxidase subunit 6B, which is the same enzyme as this cress plant has. So we're able to detect where the differences are between the two living things, the human body and the plant, but also we are able to perhaps borrow, like for instance, if the first line there where it ends in red, GCTAA, those are the sequences of genes, right? And so in the plant, if that sequence is damaged, then that plant also has a genetic sequence that will work for us as well, which is GCTAA. So those are the kinds of comparisons that our intelligent, innately intelligent cells are able to read out from DNA to DNA, from plants to our own human genome. So it's very exciting information that has been discovered about how similar plants and human cells are and how very, very compatible they are. And that's why it's important to eat your fruits and vegetables, right? And all the other wonderful whole plant foods like raw nuts and seeds and 100% whole grains and the root vegetables and beans and legumes. All of these different types of plants contain various phytochemical compounds and the genetic sequences that our DNA can use whenever something needs repairing. Okay, so now to halt and reverse the degenerative disease process, you can provide your trillions of interactive cells with the biologically correct molecules that correct your own functioning and communication. So this means the hormonal system and the nervous system, the immune system all work together in order to maintain and protect your system. So this requires satisfying all of our nutrient needs that all of our body cells require. So our cells are the ones that are the foundational building blocks of all of your tissues, your organs, your glands, your body fluids, and all of the structures like the skeletal structure and the cartilage. So in other words, the entire human organism. It's important, like I said, to stay hydrated, maintain proper fluid balance inside and outside the cell. So that means if you have a sugar or sodium or other mineral imbalance, then your body will not regulate its water inside and outside of the cells at all times. So if you, for instance, don't eat enough protein, then your water regulation systems, your kidneys, and how your body will direct where the water is sent inside, outside the cell, into the tissues, into the circulatory system, out the door, through the kidneys or whatnot, or even exhaling through the lungs. So all of this has to be properly balanced in order to be able to maintain the fluids that are going inside your cells and outside. So once water gets inside the cells, that means your body is delivering oxygenated water and nutrients to the operations that occur inside the cell, and also to eliminate water that is spent and flush it out through the cell membrane once more and circulate it out of the body and out the door through the urinary system. Okay, so maintaining proper fluid balance is very, very important for that. Also, it's important to habitually exercise. Exercise is not something you do temporarily or sometimes. The body responds to the stimulation of physical challenges. And even if you're going for a walk or doing a yoga stretch routine or the gentle movements of Tai Chi, all of that improves your circulatory system, improves the hormonal balance in your system so that you feel better and have better feelings of well-being. So habitual exercise has so many benefits that it removes the sluggishness of your circulatory system, helping your body eliminate toxins. It does a lot of things, okay? So you want to optimize all your cellular processes, improve the rate at which your body processes everything, improves the rate at which it burns your fuel of the food you take in. And so this cleans out the body and restores optimal functioning, more efficiency at the cell level. So exercise does a lot of things for you like that. And in the end, after optimizing all the bodily processes through exercise and nourishment and staying hydrated, then your cells will begin to act more youthful. So you'll be able to extend your youthful resiliency even into advanced age. Also, you need to protect the integrity of the coding instructions in your DNA, which, we just went over. So DNA to DNA, human cell to plant cell, or even human cell to animal-derived proteins and that kind of thing. So our DNA is always reading the DNA of whatever you put in it. So it reduces foods to that micro level. And when those amino acids, after you've digested animal-derived protein foods, are circulated and arrive at the cell membranes and are allowed into the cell in order to build new tissues, organs, glands, fluids, and structures, the entire body. So it's a cycle, and it's important to maintain that inner ecology and inner functionality at the microcell level. So, then you'll be more likely to go out and do stuff. You'll be more likely to enjoy your life, and you'll be capable of it. Here I am at 67 years old, still climbing mountains and still dancing, still feeling like, I still feel good. And so I'm able to be fully functional. I see sadly, a lot of people who are even in their 30s and 40s, 50s and 60s and 70s, it just keeps getting worse and worse as far as their health is concerned. And pretty soon they're just immobile and helpless and very miserable. And it's very sad and stressful for loved ones as well. So, this whole downward spiral I want everyone to avoid. So we are genetically programmed to be at least 120 years old, or young, I should say. And so, so far so good. Everything I've been practicing, I'm practicing what I teach. I'm able to maintain a youthful lifestyle because I have zero health issues. I've been running and doing martial arts for many decades now, and lifting weights and that kind of thing, and I have zero joint problems. I can still run on my joints. There's no pain anywhere, kind of thing. So I want everyone else to feel this amazing, and all we have to do is nourish our bodies properly and make sure that we're getting those nutrients down through the cell membranes inside the inner environment of those little microscopic factories. We're composed of multiple trillions of these cells, and even more multiple trillions of these processes that go on day and night that keep us alive and thriving. So that's the key. That is the key to youthful longevity, to be disease-free, plenty of energy and mental capacity, just being youthful for much longer. All right, so I think that's it for, actually, this is an old slideshow I used for another company, but this is such a great information that I wanted to share this part of the slideshow with you. So, yeah, let me show you my current book that I have out, and that will be on my website, which is holisticchoices.com. So here you'll find just a mecca of educational videos and articles that I'm writing, and I'm constantly changing information on my website, but also different products that are important, and books that I've written. So these are the books that I've written so far, and there are some more coming on the way. There will be 2 more being published very soon. So True Health Mastery, all of my books are the basis of the courses that I'll be creating very soon and uploading to my online school, the True Health Mastery Academy.net. So there's only one course up there so far, and it's been there for a while, but I got busy and started producing articles and books and whatnot. So there will also be a subscription website where people can pay a small fee every month and have access to all kinds of very unique and very important nutritional health information that you don't find everywhere else. I've been in this industry for 40 years, and so far I feel like I'm ahead of the game in a lot of areas in some of these health advisors out there. So the fundamental way to longevity and a happier, healthier life is to maintain your multiple trillions of cells and protect your genetic code of life. So you keep replicating those cells optimally and that means your cells are functioning optimally, which means your body systems are functioning optimally. And so at the macro level, the entire body functions optimally. And so that elevates your spirit, elevates the mental, psychological, emotional health of a person. And so you're able to accomplish so much more when you are this optimized, creative, innovative, and fully cognizant human being, and one who can experience love and happier relationships, more meaningful relationships in life. So it's all a cascade effect toward, the ultimate goal of being happy in life and being able to enjoy your life. So True Health Mastery is one of the books that is a good compilation of all the things that you must do, what I just talked about, and it's all in one book so that you have a reference to follow. And then I went ahead and produced a book on how to select the right supplements. I've been following the nutritional supplements industry for over 40 years as well, 50 years now. Wow, I can't believe it's been that long. But yeah, I've watched the industry grow and develop, and so it's important to know how to select your right supplements. So this book will tell you how to do that. And the course that I will provide associated with this book will be even more detailed, and turn you into a labeled supplement reading expert. And you'll be able to pick out all the right supplements for yourself and to teach everyone else around you. Because your health will change. If you follow my system and you read the books, your health is inevitably going to change for the better. And, you won't fall victim to the degenerative disease process that so many others have suffered and are suffering from unnecessarily. Okay, they're also available in ebook form. Now, these two books I will be publishing very soon. I developed the Nutritional Synergy System, which is a unique food choice system that when people utilize every single category in a day, or put together meals that are completely well balanced and very, very nutrient dense, in order to correct all the malfunctionings that can occur in the body and to maintain it and to produce abundant amount of energies to deal with life and to live life with. So that nutritional synergy system has really come through for my clients in the last 45 years. So anyone who uses my system, you can be pretty confident that your health will improve dramatically. So health transformations is what that's all about. I also finished a book called Eating for Physical Power and Stamina. So all I have to do is do the final editing on that. This is for people who are seriously into exercise and wanting to be strong and flexible, avoid injuries when you exercise or go out and play sports. It's good for anyone who is completely out of shape to be advanced athlete, because the principles are the same, only more advanced or more complete, kind of thing. So starting out to make your body stronger is just a matter of improving your circulatory system. So if you're just starting out, whether you're in a wheelchair or with a cane, then moving the body, even sitting down, you can do exercises that will improve your circulatory system. And with the right nutrient compounds in your body, then that's how people will have recuperated from being debilitated. Okay, so, but also those who are advanced athletes, I've been using these principles in the martial arts for myself and in weight training, like I said, in my running and other sports, and for my clients who are physically active as well, or are elites, very strong elites, not elites, athletes. So yeah, this book is very, very important for getting the strength your body needs. Now, this book is tremendous. It's about 500 pages long, 485, I think. So this has 109 botanicals in it, and in it are the monographs, the scientific monographs that were in detail and backed by many, many scientific studies to show the reader just what botanicals can do for the body and what they've been shown in multiple studies. Peer-reviewed studies do for the body. So this is a very comprehensive reference manual that will be used by people for years and years to come. So it's both in printed copy and ebook form. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in this video. And so I just wanted to thank you for staying around till the very end. Congratulations, you're going to benefit from this information. Please watch all of the videos 1 through 6 of this health transformation series. Again, the website is www.holisticchoices.com. And so you can go there and watch all kinds of fun stuff, videos. And this channel is also accumulating different videos. When someone emails me or texts me a question, then sometimes the answer is much more complex than a quick answer. So I like to produce a video to answer more comprehensively, so create a better understanding so that people can make health management decisions based on having those questions answered. So that's the kind of thing I'll be doing for my subscribers when I am able to accomplish to upload the videos to my online school and finish editing and publishing those other 2 books. After that, I will be offering that subscription. And so just, if you keep in touch by subscribing and hitting the like button to stimulate the YouTube algorithms to put this video in front of others who are interested in this kind of thing, this kind of subject, looking for answers like this. So the like button is very, very important. Sharing it with whomever you feel would benefit from this information, this whole entire series that I've produced. And also hit the notification bell so that whenever a new video comes out, you will be notified. All right, so thank you so much for being here, and congratulations if you implement everything that's outlined in this series and read the books. I encourage you to just embark on this fresh, unprecedented way of getting to the right information, because information has been stifled from the public for too long now, and the truth has a way of leaking out eventually. And so it seems like it's escalating and snowballing all over the place. Truth is, blasting everywhere nowadays. So it's time that people understood how their own bodies work and how to nourish them properly so they can enjoy their life and realize their optimal human potential. All right, so again, this is Mary Esther Gilbert, and I thank you so much, and I am looking forward to having you view some more exciting videos coming your way. Thank you very much.